It is a first Friday in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, and that can only mean one thing at the Sanctuary Proving Grounds, and tonight it is the Parade of Champions. BP Burke here with ABJ, Anthony Blackwell Jr., and tonight we have not one, not two, not three, but four big title fights.
That is right, and I will say one thing, BP, I already kind of said it in the chat. There is a fight tonight that has never happened before. The two competitors are going to square off one-on-one for the very first time here tonight.
Crispy against Stunt Dog. I can't wait for it.
I will go home. Do you want me to go home already?
Ladies and gentlemen, our opening stunt fight of the night is scheduled for one fall. First, making his way out to the stunt staging, this is Fletcher.
We're going to kick it off here with our first title fight. Our Spotlight Championship will be on the line. A returning Fletcher Young coming off an injury, and he's looking to get himself ready to go here with his return here at the Sanctuary here tonight and getting some title action.
Fletcher Young, we last saw him here in the Sanctuary at the Stampede, but he has been elsewhere, wrestles a lot, fights a lot up in the Scranton area. I believe he's going to have a hair versus hair match very soon against the Dude.
Oh, wow.
But he is a mean, mean, mean fighter. And I don't know if Vince Torres has a lot of experience with anybody the size of Fletcher Young.
Vince Torres, they've been lining him up, and listen, you gotta give the credit where credit is due. He has been knocking them down.
A little bit of mental jousting here by Vince Torres, going to make the challenger wait.
Here is your Sanctuary Spotlight Champion. This is Vince Torres.
And how crazy is this to say? The longest reigning champion in the Sanctuary, Vince Torres.
You are not wrong with that statement. A lot of titles changed hands the other night, but reigning supreme and still your Spotlight champion.
Able to fight off the scourge of the Honor Society, Jorge Guapo, in a war, in a New York street fight.
Speaking of that, BP, you know who's now following me on Twitter? Our ex, the Brooklyn Brawler. He probably heard me referring to Vince Torres' gear and gave me a follow over on the X. Crazy.
Maybe that's the next challenger for the Spotlight title, Vince Torres.
Listen, I might have to get in his DMs.
Brooklyn Brawler.
Might have to jump in those DMs. Out of action here tonight, you'll see in the crowd Jorge Guapo and Andre Polino both suffering a little tweak injuries going on right now, so they will not be in action here at the Sanctuary, but they will be back very soon.
Our safety official having to separate Fletcher Young. He tried to land a cheap shot on Torres, and you can just feel the confidence dripping off of Vince Torres right now. The success that the Honor Society has experienced, it has invigorated him. It is a new Vince Torres. He has stepped up as a leader. He has stepped up as a champion. He has stepped up as the next generation of the Sanctuary. But tonight he's got to face one of the biggest opponents I've ever seen him face in Fletcher Young.
Fletcher Young still very young in his career, so we'll see how he stacks up with his first title shot, or first title contention.
Torres.
He's making sure that ref's dirty hands are clean before he hands him his title.
Surrendering the title.
Wearing red and gold stripes on black. This is Fletcher. And his opponent, to your right, he is the undefeated, undisputed Sanctuary Spotlight Champion.
Well, the chat poll is up. Sanctuary AI, TP, or TK, all over it. Who do you pick? Fletcher Young or the champion, Vince Torres?
2, 1, fight!
If you guys are here, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Share this out. Let people know where you're hanging out with us on a Friday night. And let's get those polls going. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us here tonight as we get our first lockup of the night.
And do not expect a Rocket or a Zach Zander style aerial exhibition here. You're going to have two people who love to strike, who like to be right in front of you, fight in a phone booth. You're going to see some heavy, heavy hitting in this one.
Oh, Torres said he's bored already. Fletcher Young, very, very huge in size, very impressive in his early career here as a stunt fighter. But Vince Torres not giving him a lot of that respect yet.
Torres has to watch out. There is a very, very fine line between confident and overconfident. And shoulder tackles like that will knock you back on the other side of it real quick.
Oh, Fletcher with a little slap to the back of the head after he knocks him down. Torres still, like I said, Jorge Guapo sitting ringside, a little banged up still after that street fight. So I'm telling you right now, Vince Torres cannot be 100% either coming into this.
And Andre Polino also had some wars with Precious, some wars with Rocket and Prince Ahmed. You never come out of the fight with Prince Ahmed feeling good. And I don't think that Fletcher Young's going to feel good after this one. Vince Torres brushing his shoulders off, clearly taking Fletcher Young a little lightly here. Didn't even pay that much attention to him as he was making his entrance, focusing on that showmanship, that spotlight that is shining on our spotlight champion, Vince Torres.
Do you think he picked Kanye West because he's a jerk? Do you think that's why he picked that as his music?
Could be. Could be. Hey, if you're gonna do that, College Dropout's way to go, so that's fine.
That is a great album. Let's make Kanye great again.
Gonna have a Greco-Roman knuckle lock here. Test of strength, but Fletcher Young has other thoughts. Clubbing blow to the back, and a gut wrench suplex from Fletcher Young. One.
A very lax cover there, which Vince Torres is not going to take kindly to.
I don't know if Fletcher Young has been doing his homework, but this is a new Vince Torres. This is a revitalized Vince Torres. This is the best Vince Torres we have ever seen in the Sanctuary, coming into his own in season 13. But right now, Fletcher Young spoke too soon. On the receiving end of a chop into the buckle. European uppercuts from Torres and an overhand right. And now into the other buckle.
Yeah, Vince Torres is feeling a big right hand. Jeez.
Torres loves to strike, loves to throw suplexes. Fletcher Young evidently the same. And now going to work. Shots to the body, forearms to the head.
Oh, nobody home. Vince Torres eats some turnbuckle as now Fletcher Young is just laying in the boots and the elbows.
Torres was trying to take Fletcher Young on a tour around all four posts, but gets cut off at post number 3. Snap mare brings Torres into the center, where Young hits a back elbow.
You know why she shades of in his style here with Fletcher Young? He reminds me of almost like a who's that guy we hate so much here on commentary? He wears all the deadly sins on his pants.
Oh, Aaron Roxas.
That's it, Roxas. I can never remember his name, but his aggression and the way he just lands his strikes, I see shades of him in a Fletcher Young.
Very methodical, very deliberate. Torres calling for a timeout.
Fletcher has more personality. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, the poll is closing soon. 7 votes, BP. How do you think it went?
You got to vote for the hometown guy, Vince Torres.
You would be correct. 71% going with Vince Torres, 29% Fletcher Young. Thank you guys so much for participating in our first poll of the night.
That is not anything I would be too concerned with, though. If you remember, at Sanctuary Mania, 100% of our audience thought Tyrant was going to wipe the mat with the goodest boys.
I always get it right, so I clearly picked them to win over Tyrant. I said and knew.
100% I said.
Yep.
100%. Torres taking his time. Utilizing Fletcher Young's own aggression against him to buy even more time. The safety official not laying in that count. Saying he thinks he dislocated his knee.
Checking his knee.
He's walking really good for a guy who dislocated his knee.
Yeah. I'm the king of dislocations. Anything's possible.
You're from the nation of dislocations.
Yeah.
Partisan crowd. And Fletcher Young.
Well,
If that knee isn't injured, Fletcher Young's going to see to it that it is.
You beat me to it, BP. I was about to say if it wasn't hurt, he's gonna say, listen, if you're gonna fake it, I'm gonna make sure that it's hurt now.
And now Fletcher Young has found his target. And is zeroed in. Again, we may not like the guy, but the very Aaron Roxas-like approach. That Walker Clan approach of identify the weakness and attack it until it is gone. Big. That was a thunderous right hand from Fletcher Young. Very few more, but Torres blocks. Some short forearms, fighting Fletcher in a phone booth. Northern Light suplex with a bridge. 1, 2, but just a 2.
Long 2 count there. Staying on the action here. BP has another suplex there, rolls through.
Now a vertical suplex, seeing so many suplex varieties. They're bringing that strong style of fighting here, the heavy strikes, the big suplexes.
Who approved that?
I don't know. Somebody was asleep on the job if they're approving strong style in the Sanctuary. And now some disrespectful kicks from Vince Torres. And we're gonna see now a fisherman suplex. Perfection from Vince Torres. Look at my shirt, ABJ.
Yeah.
Perfection. You can't see it on commentary, but I'm wearing a Mr. Perfect t-shirt.
He absolutely is. He even had the toes bridged and everything. That was very good by Vince Torres.
Textbook fisherman suplex from Vince Torres, the Spotlight champion. Now lecturing the safety official. They should be keeping an eye on Fletcher Young. Fletcher Young with a, didn't get all of it, but it was half baseball slide, half drop kick. Didn't get the height he wanted.
But he landed it right on the side of the kneecap. That's, most of the time, if you're going to twist your knee or tweak it, it's going to come from a side angle, not back to. If you go backwards, you're in real big trouble. But most of your tweaks are going to go from the inside to the outside of the knee. And he planted that lower drop kick perfectly.
And now a chicken wing applied. I believe a nerve pinch too from Fletcher Young. But Torres easily escapes into a wrist lock. He's going to whip Fletcher Young into the ropes. And a huge clothesline from Torres.
That might do it.
1, 2, 3, forget it.
Calling it shot.
Say, get my belt. Vince Torres again proving himself to be a fighting champion, a very dominant champion, and a very confident champion.
That's our first fight here of the evening. We still got a few more here for you. Once again, thank you all for joining us on the live stream.
3 more huge title fights to go. The Sanctuary congregation not appreciative of the efforts of Fletcher Young, but I'll tell you what, he was impressive.
Very, very impressive. Coming off that injury, he's been away for a while, and they always get in the face of a young fan.
Fletcher Young has the power you look for. Oh, they're giving him the old nah, hey, kiss him goodbye.
Andre and Jorge Guapo are just menaces as fans. I love it.
The following stunt fight is for the Sanctuary Tag Team Championship. First, representing the Lost Boys, this is Judy Underwood.
A recent guest BP on the ABJ podcast. Junie Underwood of the Lost Boys coming out here, had a very impressive fight against Tyrant for the Tag Team Championships, coming up just short after some shenanigans with a dinosaur or a dragon.
But it is a tag team specialist, Junie Underwood, with the Lost Boys. Has that high level of education and fighting, trained at the Worldwide Dojo under the famous CB, trained with Speedball Mike Bailey. And always game for a fight is Junie Underwood.
Very impressive. And speaking of Speedball Mike Bailey, they stole the show at the Fight-tacular at Pilgrim Brewing Company. Fight Entertainment. You can check that out on Speedball Mike Bailey's Twitch account.
And they'll be back in about 2 weeks. Ethan Thomas not here tonight.
But I saw somebody back there that I don't like. But I respect him, and I think if he's down for it, I think him and I try to win some tag titles.
Listen, sometimes you gotta keep your enemies close, and Junie Underwood's gonna get that opportunity to do that here tonight and team up with a partner here to see if they can take down the tag team champions.
You don't always have to like somebody to respect them. And at that Worldwide Dojo, at the School of the World Famous Cheeseburger, Junie Underwood and this man, Troy Locke, developed a begrudging respect even if they had oil and water for personalities. This is the leader of Planet Hate. And a mean fighter. Junie is a very tough customer, but very easy to talk to. I know you did the interview with him. Very lighthearted, serious when he's between those ropes, but a lot of fun outside of it. And, well, the series between the ropes is the same for Troy Locke, but very serious outside of them, too.
Well, can they put their differences aside and take down the tag team champions of the Honor Society?
And I think they may be the disadvantage if they haven't done their homework, because when you see these two come out, you're going to think what everybody thinks. Oh, look at these groups, they're pushovers, and they're not.
Making their way out to the ring, they are your new Sanctuary Tag Team Champions. They are the Goodest Boys, Zach Sander and
Now, they were extremely impressive taking down the tag team champions of Tyrant, but I will say this, BP, there is a little bit of an asterisk there because that dragon was involved and they were able to cash in on that opportunity, get the roll-up pin, but this is going to be a big test for them here tonight.
And if you haven't learned yet, you haven't been paying attention, underestimate Zach Zander and Precious at your own risk.
I'll be the first to admit it, BP. I've been counting these two out for quite some time, and I've been saying since the start this Honor Society thing is going to be here and gone like dust in the wind, but they're collecting some titles right now, BP, and their work ethic is there, and they've been doing a great job.
And the Goodest Boys making their way for the first time as tag team champions, as not the challengers, but the defending champions. But the only problem when you're at the top of the mountain, there's nowhere to go but down. And you know very, very well that Junie Underwood and Troy Locke are thinking upset. They would not agree to team with one another if they didn't think they had a good chance of coming home with the gold.
That's right. Junie Underwood, we saw it earlier, is a tag team specialist. I got to talk to him on the podcast. obsessed with FTR. Dax Hardwood, one of his favorite wrestlers on the planet, because of that opportunity to switch between being a tag team specialist and also solo competitor. And so he definitely is staring at those tag team titles, and he wants them bad.
And I don't think our cameras picked it up, but both Underwood and Locke motioning around their waist, saying we're going to see some new champions tonight.
They want to take those titles back home to the Worldwide Dojo. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. Worldwide Dojo been putting out a lot of great content, a lot of good matches going on over there, and it's a free subscribe. And you get to see some very, very talented students coming out of the tutelage of the famous CB and Sonny Defarge, also a trainer there, very talented as well.
And you're seeing the mutual respect here between Junie Underwood and Precious. Junie is no stranger to the Sanctuary, does his homework even when he's not here. He knows what he's up against. And no, it's going to be Troy Locke making that tag. We're seeing a little bit of a Mexican standoff here, the gun show. Precious saying, show it off to the camera. Work the hard cam, kid. A partisan crowd here at the Sanctuary congregation.
I'll tell you what, man, he skips around like this and you just want to punch him in his stupid face. The only problem with that, BP, is he turns out to be one of these psychopaths that you punch in the face, and he seems to like it.
And a cheap shot to Xander, and that set Precious off. That skipping stopped. He's got his nose! He's got his nose!
Yeah, this is not going to sit well with Locke.
Troy Locke is not impressed. Up here, Precious, up here! Up here!
He's going to throw it to BP up here. This is ridiculous.
I got it! Yeah! I got the nose.
I tried to swat it away. But our very intelligent AI bot that we paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for here at the Sanctuary has the poll up. Who do you think will win? Zach and Precious of the Goodest Boys versus Junie and Troy of the Worldwide Dojo.
Let's see if the audience has a little bit more respect for the Honor Society now, a little bit more respect for the Goodest Boys. Oh! Precious showing off his size, showing off his reach, and eats a headbutt to the chest from Troy Locke for it. And now torturing Precious with a neck crank.
Twisting his head off his body.
That head is sideways. But did you see the reach of Precious?
He's very long limbs on Precious. He's a big boy.
Very tall, but very long arms, very long legs. You saw it even when he was skipping, how quickly he was covering ground. The athleticism of Precious is incredible.
He's one of those guys, man. He's smiling. He's acting like a complete idiot and goofball. When he locks in BP and he gets serious, it's a dangerous man in between those ropes.
And now that height is going to add more leverage to the side headlock. It's got it locked under the mullet, but no. Locke able to power out into a top wrist lock. Hinging the elbow and wrenching.
In the chat, they said someone better clip that throw. Precious got some aim. Well, there is opportunities right now on YouTube. You guys can make your own clips and share them out, so utilize that. Help us out here at the Sanctuary and get some cool ideas out there. So if you see something cool going on, hit that clip button that's going on down there and make some of your own.
I have to decide what I want to do with Troy Locke's nose. Am I going to sell it on eBay? Could I sell it back to him for a profit? I don't know. A little bit of a gator roll here from Locke. But Precious gets control of that arm. You control the wrist, you control the whole thing. Stepping on the left hand of Troy Locke now. And a big forearm to the back. And he's making Locke smile for the camera.
I'm telling you, this Precious man, he's someone that you think he's all lovable, but this deep down inside, I think this guy is a sicko.
And look at that grappling. Locke trying to get wrist control, but Precious right into the side headlock.
There's going to be a Netflix documentary. You're going to be talking about him on your podcast one day, Murder My Dude, I promise you. He's giving me serial killer vibes.
Episode 243, Precious My Dude, coming in 2027.
You can find that on all major podcasts. Murder My Dude, go check that out. Show some love to BP.
New episode today about the Iceman. Richard Kuklinski.
Stone Cold?
We got the name. Big arm drag from Precious. Who cares about my podcast? Precious is on fire.
Oh!
Big spinning kick.
Right across the jaw and chin of Troy Locke, that spinning kick. Even Junie's holding his chest.
And now it's a reverse chin lock, but already and standing up was Precious just to rain down 12-6 elbows to the back and the neck. Illegal in MMA, legal in stunt fighting.
Well, listen, we got 7 votes going on right now, and the 86% of the chat is going with the goodest boys and the current champions over Junie and Troy.
Finally putting some respect on the name of the Honor Society. Beautiful kick from Xander and a splash from Precious. They can do everything, this team. The speed of Xander, the power of Precious. They've got it all. But you have that same dynamic a bit on the other side. Locke, the powerhouse, and the sadistic grappler, the sadistic suplex machine. And now attack to Underwood.
Junie in, Troy Locke out. Troy Locke got out of there quick, very smart. He was getting worked. And
if you're fatigued, you got to bring in that fresh partner, and both teams have done that. Locke and Precious took a lot out of one another. A show of respect from Underwood and Xander.
Now Junie Underwood might have a little bit of an opportunity here because he stays cool, he stays calm, level-headed, and he's in here for a fight where Troy Locke is a little more of a hothead. And listen, if you're a hothead and you see these two idiots in here dancing around and smiling, it gets under your skin real quick.
And that is that sliced bread number 2 that Xander loves, but he didn't get it off the ropes. Not enough behind it to get the 3. And Junie is very fresh as well. That's not going to help at all.
Did you see Precious' skipping forearm to clear off Troy Locke off the apron?
I certainly did. I certainly did. A lot of pressure. A lot behind those blows. And now, fire and brimstone!
Oh my God!
From Junie Underwood.
This might do. We might have new champions.
Precious nowhere there to make the save. 2. Just a 2. Underwood can't believe it. He thought he had that one.
There was a little bit of a hesitation there on the referee part. May have cost Junie Underwood some tag team titles.
And you cannot underestimate at all the heart of Zach Xander, although he just backed himself into the wrong corner. Instinct took over there.
Now these guys, like I said, they don't like each other, but they sure do respect each other, and they know each other very well because they're working pretty good as a tag team right now.
Yet that respect is what matters. They don't have to be friends. They can carry those tag titles around separately and only have to see each other at the Sanctuary and maybe at Worldwide Dojo. And now Locke raking the back. Vicious back rake. You want to talk about sadistic and a knee to the back of the head of Xander.
Best move in all of stunt fighting. The old back rake. That'd be my finisher, BP.
The General Adnan special, the back rake.
Nettie Photography in the chat says, my goodest boys are going to win hands down. Well, Zach Xander is in some trouble right now. As Junie Underwood makes the tag, he's in.
For a duo that does not team together on a regular basis, Underwood and Locke have some phenomenal teamwork here. They're doing a great job of cutting that ring in half.
And working together cohesively.
Xander nowhere near Precious. Underwood picking Xander up with a full Nelson. And now tying him to the tree of woe in the wrong corner. This is not where Zach Xander wants to be.
Oh!
Underwood taunting Precious and then delivering a drop kick, a basement drop kick to the jaw of Zach Xander. I love watching Junie Underwood work. Did you see him pull the arm in to make sure that Xander could not grab the ropes?
If you notice, too, he puts his hand over the mouth and nose of his opponent during a pin, too. Any second you can take to restrict breathing of your opponent, and he's going to do it during a pinning situation, that's a smart move.
Underwood controlling the arms, backing Xander into the wrong corner. Precious trying everything he can, but he's stuck in the corner, cannot do anything. Xander trying to kick his way out.
Oh!
And does.
Using the momentum of the ropes to make the tag. Can he do it? He does. Precious is in.
And now the powerhouse of the Goodest Boys, Precious, raining strikes on both Locke and Underwood, using a hip attack.
Using anything he's got. Using what his mama gave him, that big old butt.
Precious splash in stereo. Has Troy Locke up in that fireman's carry. It's an airplane spin. Shades of Bob Backlund.
His dad's going to be real proud about that one.
Troy Locke couldn't even stand up, but Precious
both very dizzy here.
And the big knee. Shades of Brutus Beefcake. I think he's in the crowd somewhere. I think I saw him earlier, Brutus Beefcake.
He's not stupid dizzy.
That was more of the booty, man. That was his finish, the high knee.
There it is.
Precious gets a 2 count.
Pro wrestling punch, you gotta love him. I would never stoop to the depth so low to use a pun.
Who's next on the ABJ podcast?
Siren Rain gonna be our next guest on Monday.
And now a stomach claw, a side claw, a liver claw maybe from Precious. Going to the playbook of Killer Kowalski, who loved using that claw hold not on the head. That high
Ooh.
fight IQ from Precious showing off.
Precious throws that forearm, knocking Locke back
You
on
don't want to do this, Locke. The more you hit him, the more he likes it. Andre Polino learned that the hard way.
Oh, he's gonna roll up.
Small package, 1, 2. And now Precious, almost a victim of a roll-up of his own. Gotta be careful, Andre Polino can hear me. Big knee from Precious. And now it is Troy Locke in the corner he does not want to be in. But Zach Zander is wiped out.
What is he looking for here?
Got him in the electric chair.
Look at the strength of Precious.
Could this be an ocean cyclone suplex?
Oh, he slipped out the back door. German suplex by Troy Locke.
Troy Locke loves him some suplexes. Anything he can do to inflict a lot of damage in a little bit of time, he's going to do it. And he has vaulted Precious into the wrong corner.
And there it is. Smartly grabbing the ankle so Precious can't crawl away.
This is reminding me of a football game with a lot of punts. It's all about field position and keeping your opponent in the side of the ring you want them to be in. Beautiful strikes from Underwood and from Locke with the forearm. Shotgun drop kick. And Precious down.
We might have new champions, BP.
Darkness Flame, 1, 2.
Oh, and Zach Zander takes Troy Locke over the count and breaks it up.
Zander able to save the titles by driving his opponent right into the pin.
We are seconds away from new champions there, BP.
That is that teamwork. That is that tag team IQ, that tag team experience. And now, what is Precious going for? Is this going to be a not so precious moment with a discus forearm from Locke? Sling blade from Junie, and a lariato from Precious.
Trying to wake Zander up here.
What are we gonna see here? What a rush! Precious might not have enough left in the tank. Can't get Junie up, but now he's got him in the head and arm. Line tag to Zander. What are we gonna see here? They have to be careful, Junie. Blockbuster!
There it
and
is.
A spine buster from the Goodest Boys. 1, 2. Precious moment achieved.
I'll tell you what, Junie Underwood, Troy Locke, and a very impressive performance here tonight. And your tag team champions have proven they're not just a fluke here as they defend and retain their tag team championship.
It will not be a one and done for the Goodest Boys as they are able to weather a challenge from a very game Junie Underwood, a very game Troy Locke. but that tag team cohesiveness at the end, even though the cohesiveness on the other side was very good, it was that last second save from Xander that changed the momentum. And it's going to have the Honor Society 2 for 2 tonight, walking out with all the gold they came in with.
That's right, the Champions Parade continues, and still, your Sanctuary Tag Team Champions. I can't believe I'm saying this. The goodest boys.
You can't believe it, believe it. What do they have to do to prove to you that they are for real?
Well, that's 2 down, BP. I think we got 2 more to go here at the Sanctuary. Look at them taking photos.
The Honor Society has been endearing themselves to the Sanctuary.
What do you guys think so far in the chat of the show here tonight? And like I said, BP, you know, let's let chat know if you're watching this at home. Where's the best place and what's the best way to experience the Sanctuary? I think the best way is on the live chat because you get to hear our amazing voices. But this is a better place here in attendance.
There is nothing like being at the Sanctuary, 172 North Wyoming Street, Hazleton, Pennsylvania. If you still want to hear the dulcet tones of BP and ABJ, you can hear us on the archive. Bring your phone with you, stick the headphones in. Get close to the pews, they can hear us down there, we're loud.
We are very loud.
I think Andre Polino wanted to fight me earlier.
Yeah, he was ready to throw his phone up here at you.
That wouldn't have lasted long.
No.
One kick and I would be done.
Yeah,
He'll be doing the rest of the show solo. I'm up here for a reason.
I gotta say, a little toot of our own horn there, BB. I think the Sanctuary is special that in any capacity you consume it. I think the live stream is good. We have that amazing $100,000 AI bot going in here. Until he replaces us on commentary with just a couple bushes. He's actually recording our voices. We don't even need to physically be here anymore.
Yeah. And they're gonna 3D scan the Stunt Fighters and it's over.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole thing.
So if you have anybody that you think might enjoy this, you might want to tell them to join the channel now. This is going to be something.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the match I've been telling you guys about. Never before seen anywhere, any promotion.
Oh wait, that might be our main event.
Are we changing it up? We have been a little. Shikard is subject to change. Our world champion's coming out right now.
What a moment for the first time entering the Sanctuary as the champion.
Well, it is Hot Boy Summer here at the Sanctuary, and J.S. Hawthorne rocking them Hoochie Daddy shorts, baby.
And rocking the gold, the Sanctuary Championship. The spirit of the Sanctuary, the embodiment of the Sanctuary, and now the champion of the Sanctuary, the thespian, J.S. Hawthorne. I don't think he's taken that title belt off since he's won it.
No. He's been feeding it, rocking it, taking it on walks in the park, showering with it.
I used the restroom earlier. He was trying to potty train the title. He might be taking it a little too far. Hello. If I step in that title's mess one time, I'm not going to be very happy. Boy, does that title just fit around the waist of J.S. Hawthorne.
It is hot on this Friday night, Sanctuary! As you can see, I've got some new gear. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And I really wish that I could defend this belt tonight. I got all gussied up. But I spent so much time scripting some quality matches tonight. What do you thought of matches so far tonight? Still,
You heard it first.
But before that, I've never been in this position before when I've been able to have an open challenge, you know? So I think I'll do that now. Everyone, I don't care just whatever challenge like.
Oh, don't tell me. Who could possibly be down the fight? J.S.
The lights are off. Who can it be, VP?
Whoever it is, maybe utilizing the element of surprise. Did someone say down the fight? The undefeated DTF is here.
These guys have been undefeated as a tag team for the past quarter of a century, BP.
Yes, they have. The current and defending Bayou Championship Wrestling Alligator Wrestling Tag Team Champions of the World, DTF.
They
Fresh off a flight from Baton Rouge.
They have been traveling the world, collecting titles everywhere. These guys are unstoppable, BP.
Sanctuary congregation, down to fight!
The Fearless One and Kyle D. DTF down to fight.
I believe their record now stands at a sterling 673-0.
I know you all don't like DTF that much, is that right? I do want to give credit where it's due. The undefeated team down the fight. In that regard, I'll fight on you. Challenge accepted. Said one at a time.
Whoa, hang on, Mr. Hawthorne. We work as a cohesive unit. If you want to fix one of us, you get both of us.
You want to talk about a cohesive unit? DTF is the epitome.
Oh, if anyone knows the best thing now, an ass man, and I'll get 4 cheeks. I'll make an ass out of him. I'll fight both of you.
You heard it. Hawthorne says he's a butt guy, and the more butts, the better. He's going to kick both of them. 4 cheeks is better than 2. It's a guy after my own heart.
Sure is. And a guy after DTF's own heart. They are the reigning. Oh, hang on.
Is a 3-way dance. Whoever scores the first pin will become the Sanctuary Champion.
So this is...
High stakes.
Yeah.
In our corner to the left, this is Kyle D.
Their tag team undefeated streak is no longer on the line here. This is a triple threat match.
Partner, this is the Fearless One. And their opponent, the reigning, defending Sanctuary Champion,
J.S. Hawthorne, also DTF, I must add.
Oh, very, very. And you're talking about everybody's proclivity for the posteriors, for the butts. Also not on the line now that this is a 3-way, the newly won. It was just about 6 days ago. The DTF was down in Daytona Beach, and they won the Cheek Clapper Wrestling title.
It's fitting, very fitting.
But tonight, one of them could walk out with the biggest prize in the Sanctuary, the heavyweight title. And if you were going in tonight betting that Kyle D could leave the Sanctuary the champion, you might as well have won the Mega Millions.
Yeah, that's $1 billion ticket right there.
but DTF has to stay cohesive. This could test their unity. Only one of them. Hawthorne's gonna kill you, Chance, reigning through the Sanctuary. Only one of them can be the champion. When push comes to shove, will one of them step aside and let the other win it? And can JS Hawthorne use that to his advantage? Look at the strength of our champion, backing both members of DTF down.
Hawthorne with the strongest grip strength of anyone we've ever seen here at the Sanctuary. Those hands are magical.
Breaking up a double clothesline attempt. May have broken a few forearms. Fearless One sent packing. Kyle D's gonna join him. Big German suplex from the Thespian.
Kyle was just German so hard he just lost the D.
And a battering ram with the feet of the Fearless One. And a backbreaker. And this might not be a full play for JS Hawthorne. We might just see a sauna tonight. This could be a quick one.
He's just gonna work up a quick sweat and get out of here. But hey, what better way to find out? Let's ask the poll. Get a poll going. Do you have DTF Kyle D, the Fearless One DTF? Or are you going with the champion, JS Hawthorne?
Basically,
lock
the
in
poll
your
is,
votes now.
Are you going with JS Hawthorne or are you stupid? That's the poll. Hawthorne now.
Stalking them like hyenas here.
This reminds me of that thing like where you're in an arena, you're in like the Roman Coliseum.
This is how DTF picks up every girl at a bar on a weekend.
And you can choose who's going to defend you. It's like 10,000 rats, one hunter with a rifle, 20 wolves. These are the 10,000 rats, DTF. That's also what they call their fans, the 10,000 rats. Oh, look at this, schoolyard tactics from DTF. And they are in control. The Fearless One, Kyle D, raining down on the champion.
You got to be careful. When they were down in Baton Rouge, that when they were winning that championship, that ring was filled with rats ringside. You got to be careful of this.
It's like the 80s in there. They were like the junkyard dog down there, beating them off with a stick. They were grabbing them cakes.
Oh, laying in the shots. DTF doing a number on our champion, JS Hawthorne.
Thumping JS Hawthorne, if you will. And with that, I am out of junkyard dog jokes. DTF slowing down the pace, keeping Hawthorne grounded. That's what they have to do. What I would do if I were them, I would have had this planned out. One of them would have to swallow their pride, swallow that thirst for the title of their own, for the sake of their partner, incapacitate Hawthorne, and let your partner pin you. That's what I would do here.
That would be the smart move.
But I think both these two, both Kyle D and the Fearless One, want that championship. They're not going to go that route.
Yeah, they're not down to think, BP.
It's not DTT.
Yeah.
And they are doing a great job of exerting control.
They're calling for a WTF.
WTF is that? Says we're gonna like it. Kyle D.
Oh, Hawthorne gets the knees up.
He's right, I do like this. Mongolian chop from Hawthorne. Oh, Kyle D telegraphing that splash a little bit. Getting the life chopped out of him. Up in the fireman's carry. And down onto the Fearless One.
Stacking them up.
1, 2, no. The Fearless One able to propel Kyle D off him. Well, technically, Kyle D may have been the champion there. He was pinning the Fearless One, but he was also being pinned. So I guess it would have been Hawthorne.
It's like a catch in the end zone, BP. It goes to the award of the offense.
Yes.
Well, the poll is in, BP. 6 votes. 100% going to our champion, JS Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Poll is closing soon. Make sure you get your vote in if you think Kyle D's gonna win it.
If you vote for Kyle D, I want to see his baby pictures because you're obviously his parent. I think Kyle D just popped Hawthorne with something he pulled out of his boot.
Yeah, some loaded knucks there.
Roll of silver dollars. 1, 2.
Oh, we almost had new champions.
DTF almost adding the Sanctuary Championship to their collections of dozens of regional tag team titles. They're going international. They're going to be challenging for the Maple Syrup Wrestling Championship in Saskatoon this Thursday. Don't miss it.
I mean, live on YouTube. Nobody home.
DTF collides.
Oh!
Double clothesline to the back of the head from Hawthorne.
Double decapitation there.
DTF has kept that teamwork intact. This has essentially been a handicap match, even though it's technically a three-way. And now, in a bad way, is the Fearless One. Big slap to the back, overhand chop. Oh no!
Oh!
Face full of cheeks for Kyle D.
What is he thinking?
He can't. Are you kidding me? Are we going to see a double denouement? No, the strength of J.S. Hawthorne. Can't get it. Able to fire both members of DTF down, but could not keep both of them up for that denouement. There's too much centrifugal force there. He wouldn't have been able to get it done, but at least he keeps the advantage wisely, letting go of DTF, knowing it wasn't going to be possible.
Yeah,
to do what he wanted.
Last thing you want to do is blow an ACL out, right? You know, this early in your title run.
How did you lose your title? I got hurt fighting DTF and had to vacate it. Not the way you want to go. And now the Thespian gonna unload with some big right hands. Saying, come at me, DTF. Ducks under the double clothesline. Double drop kick.
The mobility in these new gears, unbelievable for JS Hawthorne.
Very breathable, not a range. Feels like he's wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Sexy Hawthorne.
Oh, he just ripped out a handful of chest hair. Oh!
Why? Don't poke the bear, Kyle D. Very literally, don't poke the bear. And now, a thunderous chop to Kyle D.
I think Kyle D's dead.
You're gonna see bear tracks in his chest after this one. And now the Fearless One is going for a ride. Well, couldn't get the double, but we will get a single denouement from Hawthorne coming up. Boot to the head of Kyle D. Denouement delivered. 1, 2. The champion retains. Music. My fault.
As we wait for our award ringside.
I don't think there was any controversy there. There we go. DTF was incredibly cohesive, but they weren't enough for our champion, J.S. Hawthorne, and they're still undefeated as a tag team. But as J.S. Hawthorne said a little bit ago, we've got a big one coming up in our main event. The live stream title is going to take center stage tonight in our main event. Flash Carter making his Sanctuary debut.
No, he has wrestled here before. He wrestled J.S. Hawthorne with no ropes.
That's right, I stand corrected.
Yes.
Flash Carter making his return to the Sanctuary against our new live stream champion, the Menace from Mars, Rocket. It is up next. You do not want to miss it.
And that is a matchup, ladies and gentlemen, that has never been seen anywhere. They showed up today. Rocket, as the champion, pointed out, looked around the locker room and says, Flash Carter, my boy, we have never wrestled. I'll see you tonight. And we have moved that to the main event for you all, and it is going to be absolutely insane.
Rocket calling his shot, saying, I want the top competition, and I think that is Flash Carter, and you're about to see it now.
Flash Carter, a guy who's been very crushing the scene all over the place. You've seen him on GTS Wrestling. You can subscribe to, you can be part of their Million Strong.
Sanctuary Live Championship, and it is scheduled for one fall. First, the challenger.
A lot of mutual respect here between these two as well. Flash Carter, one of the reasons why you've been seeing Rocket on GTS.
Flash Carter did come up a little short against J.S. Hawthorne the first time in the Sanctuary. Hawthorne, our champion, also the only person to ever defeat Rocket in the Sanctuary. But tonight, these two will face off, and they might come up here. That's how high they might be flying.
Yeah, the last time we seen Flash Carter here at the Sanctuary, we did not have ropes on our stunt ring here, but they are fastened and secured, and we're gonna see what this kid's all about as he takes on the menace from Mars, Rocket. Get your dancing shoes on, BP. It's about to get crazy in here.
I can't wait for this one. I don't know if anybody besides maybe Jorge Wapo has become as beloved as quickly at the Sanctuary as our live stream champion.
BP, you don't need government officials telling you that aliens exist. We've known it this entire time, because Rocket's about to blast off.
And for the next 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, the Sanctuary is no longer the Sanctuary. It is the Hazleton Intergalactic Airport, because Rocket and Flash Carter are about to fly. Rocket showing off his Eddie Gordo moves. Capoeira. And we know how prestigious that Sanctuary Championship held by J.S. Hawthorne is. But with the top-level talent like Andre Polino, like Flash Carter, like Prince Ahmed, like our champion Rocket, that Spotlight Championship is as hotly contested as any title in stunt fighting right now.
And listen, we have the likes of like a Jorge Guapo, Vince Torres, who have just been bringing people into this place, and this place has been packed out because of it. Listen, the line outside of talent has been through the roof because now, since Rocket joining the Sanctuary team here, people are lining up to want to fight this guy.
A win over Rocket is a feather in your cap like few other, but they're very hard to come by, ABJ. They're very hard to come by.
We have some really, really tough champions here, showing them off here in our parade of champions. And like I said, this scene has been clamoring to get into the Sanctuary Stunt Studio so they can take on our champions.
And so far, and there we go. There's a pump kick, a bicycle kick. Caught!
Jesus, BP!
Slings off the ropes into a rana. I was going to say, we're not seeing that athleticism. We're seeing some fundamentals. But then as soon as I'm saying it, Rocket and Flash Carter kick it into high gear. And I'm not even going to try to call this. Watch in amazement as we will. As Flash Carter lines up Rocket, beautiful drop kick.
He set that thing up from the center of the ring. He threw like Jordan from the foul line, going for the cover. Oh, just a two. Well, the poll is up. Listen, I don't know how you're going this one, but Flash Carter or Rocket, vote in the chat as we speak. Let's see how this one picks out.
I have a feeling Rocket might get the majority of the votes there. But if you don't know Flash Carter, you're gonna know by the end of this one. Flash Carter is the first to get to the top rope, and he is flying.
Oh!
But Rocket catches up with a Tiger Driver, too!
Wow!
Almost a quick one.
Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen, because anything can happen in this one. It's like two superheroes fighting.
And now, Rocket, it's his turn to take flight. With a triple jump moonsault. The acai moonsault to the floor. And now a snap suplex. High angle, the upper back, where a lot of the important vertebrae are. Not that they're not all important, but the more important vertebrae are up there. Rocket favoring the neck. And now taking it back inside the ropes, where he will tumble in with a senton. And a gorgeous moonsault from Rocket.
Yeah, coming across the face of Flash Carter with those knees. Oh, just a 2 count.
And this is definitely what you call a locker room sellout. Everybody wants to see this one.
And no one's
Stunt Fighters and congregation alike.
That's right. I say no one's in the back right now, BP. Everyone's out here to watch this one.
Rocket in the corner. The Flash Carter fighting out with some elbows. And a beautiful kick, beautiful Pele.
Wow.
Into a northern light suplex.
He ain't done, BP.
Rolling it into a vertical. And now going for the pin, 2.
Oh, we almost had a new Spotlight champion. Our live stream, that's our title, the live stream title.
I say Vince Torres is not going to want to hear you say that. The live stream, yes, you in the live stream, you joining us now. The winner of this fight is your champion.
10 votes in, BP. All 10 going to the current champion, Rocket.
A little disrespect for Flash Carter, or a lot of respect for our champion, who gets way up high with his kick and knocks Flash Carter off the top rope out to the floor. Flash landing right on the back and the right hip, and is favoring it heavily on the outside.
This has already been everything we thought of and more so far, BP. This is what a main event here on this Friday.
And now it is Rocket in firm, full control.
Looks like he's gonna bring Flash in the hard way, BP.
Flash may have other ideas. Looks like he's climbing up. Flash Carter climbing up to the top. But Rocket regains control and delivers a suplex back into the center of the ring.
Both men pushing such a fast pace, exhausted, body beat up.
Yeah, this is not a marathon, it is a sprint. You have two Usain Bolts in there. They are not going for distance. This is not the Ironman triathlon.
Up to a 5 count.
And no one wants to see this one end in a double count out, but now finally, both fighters making their way to their feet. And a brutal forearm from Flash Carter, but Rocket returning fire. Hits Rocket so hard, he bounces up to his feet. Some fighting spirit from both of these two.
Oh!
Poison Rana from Rocket.
No,
But
Flash
no.
Carter!
Delayed release German, but Rocket says no.
Rolling DVD. Oh!
Just a battle of who wants it more at this point, and they both want it in the worst way. And now you hear the Sanctuary getting that same level of respect for Flash Carter that they already have for Rocket.
He's looking for a BP.
Crop circle about to be. Oh no, Rocket slips.
Oh, and Flash meets him halfway, kicking him right in the face.
It's all right,
Had
Rocket.
that crop
You got
circle
this.
well scouted. I think the delay in
Come
getting
on,
up is what
Rocket!
caused the slippage from Rocket. Even though they've never
Let's
faced
go,
off, they know one
Rocket!
another very, very well.
It is also extremely hot, humid, and the air is thick here tonight.
And those ropes could be very slick because of it. Springboard.
Oh!
Spear.
Flash
Check him.
slips a little bit coming in too, but he still got all of it as he goes for the cover. Oh, not enough.
It is the moisture on those ropes. The moisture on those ropes is forcing both fighters to improvise, and so far, it has been Flash Carter that has been able to do a better job of it. Winding up, swinging for the fences. Looking like Nick Castellanos out there. Driving Rocket.
We might have a new live stream champion, BP. Oh, Rocket reaching with those
So
long
close.
arms, getting the second rope.
Just able to lunge for that rope at the very last second with the very last bit of energy he could muster in the moment. That humidity is making it hard to commentate, let alone hard to do what they're doing in the stunt staging. And Flash Carter going back to those forearms. They've been very effective. Back elbow so quick, seamlessly into a bulldog. But Rocket stands Carter up. Dragon suplex from Rocket. And now it's time. Crop circle.
That's gonna do it.
1, 2, 3. Rocket retains.
And still our live stream champion. What a main event, ladies and gentlemen.
A valiant effort from Flash Carter. But the menace from Mars, the alien, the live stream champion, with a incredible dragon suplex right into that crop circle, gets the win.
Man, I love these first Friday BP. You have no idea what you're ever gonna get, who's gonna show up. And just like that, on a whim, on a Friday night, we get Flash Carter and Rocket putting on an absolute classic here at the Sanctuary.
And live stream, there is your champion, and still your champion, Rocket, extending the hand of friendship, the hand of respect to Flash Carter, who left it all in the ring, and they're gonna hug it out.
That's right, I have nothing but love for these two guys. If you want to learn more about them, maybe on the other side of that rope, check out the ABJ podcast. Both recently guests on there, both amazing conversations. You're gonna learn a lot about them.
And that is our main event. And for ABJ, this is BP Berg saying thank you for joining us at the Parade of Champions Proving Ground First Friday. Join us again later this month. Stay tuned to SanctuaryPAtv for our next annual Sunday show, our next big Sunday show, where our champion, the thespian J.S. Hawthorne, will be defending the Sanctuary Championship against a former champion, the Dark Horse, Johnny Moran of the Walker clan. But But until then, for ABJ, this is BP Berg saying good night.